D2Gs, how you guys doing out there today? This is old DJ Gamers bringing you another video here. Today we're going to talk about the Graviton Forfeit. And inspiration for this video was because I was helping out some friends and they were expressing to me that they were unable to finish or complete the legendary lost sectors to obtain the GYRFALCONS Hauberk or the OMNIOCULUS, both chest piece for the hunter, and they're both void, used for the void subclass. So with that being said, I was inspired on helping them out with the new build, so I said, hey, you guys can go ahead and use the Graviton Forfeit, and that'll kind of give you like best of both worlds, because I know those two chest pieces, those exotics, they're mainly used for a lot of harder content activity, like GMs or harder raids, masters, whatever it may be. So this build, I believe, which I told them, and they've used it, it helped them in any of the harder content as well. So let's just go ahead and dive right into it. So perks for the Graviton Forfeit, you go invisible. It extends the duration of invisibility while you're invisible. It also recharges your melee a little bit faster. It helps reload your weapons a little bit faster, and it helps give you a little bit of boost in your recovery. Okay, let's talk about the aspects and fragments and our abilities. So for the abilities, I'm using Gambler's Dodge, but you can go ahead and swap to either one of these, Marksman's Dodge. If you want to go ahead and reload your weapon when you dodge, then use Marksman's Dodge. Or if you want to go ahead and recharge your melee ability with a quick dodge, boom, you get to go. You can go ahead and do that as well. Either one of these two are perfectly fine according to your playstyle. All right, we are using triple jump, we are using snare bomb, and we are using vortex grenade. For our aspects, we're using trapper's ambush, and we're using vanishing step. So for vanishing steps, of course, when you dodge, you're going to go ahead and be invisible once you hit that dodge. And for our trapper's ambush, a couple of things are going on here. So if you want to go ahead and, like I said, this exotic is kind of like the best of both worlds, like the GYRFALCONS and OMNIOCULUS, where you can kind of focus on DPS a little bit if you wanted to, or you can also focus on protecting your allies as well. So here, hence, we're going to go ahead and you can use the trapper's ambush at our disposal and throw our smoke bomb, or aka snare bomb, and you can make everyone around you make your allies invisible. Or you can use the other small little perk here, which is once you see a group of ads, you can jump right into the middle of them, and while you're in the air, hold down circle, and you're gonna dive, do like a little dive bomb down towards them, and if there's any allies around you, they're gonna go invisible. You're gonna go invisible as well, and while you're doing that big deep dive, if there's any ads, like let's say boomers or anything like that, they're gonna go a little bit blind. You're gonna have a little bit of a blinding effect, and some of the ads, if they're low level ads like regular red bars, then they're probably gonna die instantaneously. Okay, let's move on to our fragments. We are using Echo of Persistence for extending the duration of any of our overshields, invisibilities, and devour. We're going to go ahead and also use Echo of Cessation, which if we use our finishers nearby any other ads, it also help create volatile rounds for us when we use our void weaponry, as well as it will create a void breach. The next fragment we're going to go ahead and use is going to be the Echo of Starvation, which, picking up any void breaches, it'll give us Devour, grants us Devour, or any orbs of power, it'll grant us Devour. And we're going to go ahead and use Echo of Instability, which, by using our vortex grenade or any grenades, if you choose to swap it out, it'll create volatile rounds as well. This fragment right here, if you choose to not use the Echo of Cessation, you can go ahead and swap that out with Echo of Undermining. Now, just remember though, Echo of Undermining will deplete your discipline, so it'll give you a -20 on the points for your discipline. So, and Echo of Undermining basically just gives you an extra weakening. So if you hit targets, you know, let's say bosses, you want to go ahead and weaken them, you go ahead and swap out that fragment and you're good to go. All right, let's move on to what we have on our mods. Okay, so on the Graviton Forfeit, we have, we're using Harmonic Siphon, we have Heavy Ammo Finder, and we're using Powerful Friends. For our gauntlets, we are using Grenade Kickstart, we are using Melee Kickstart, and we're using Bolstering Detonation. So, of course, once we use our grenades and we have depleted, we don't have any energy. So Grenade Kickstart just helps us gain a little bit more energy to gain that grenade a little bit faster. Same goes for our Melee Kickstart. What we use in the mod here is if we use our snare bombs or smoke grenades, you know, of course we don't have it, so it's being depleted. So this is just going to give us that extra little energy boost to speed up the process. And of course, Bolstering Detonation, once we use our grenades, it helps gain ability energy for all of our other abilities. That sounds a little redundant, right? But it's all good. Okay, so moving on, we have our chest piece. So we're using emergency reinforcements. So now in the event we don't have any overshield, no void overshields, any devour or any of that stuff, then if we're taking incoming damage, it'll help reduce the incoming damage as well by having emergency reinforcements. On our other areas, our other slots, you can have your arc resistance or solar resistance, or you can have the harmonic resistance, which is void. Okay, moving on. We are using for our legs, it's going to be Absolution. Then we also have Void Weapon Surge, as well as we are having Elemental Charge. So by us having an armor charge, we are going to have a little bit of a damage boost for our Void weapons and our Absolution. So we want to reduce all of our ability cooldowns as much as we can, every which way, shape, or form. And of course, Elemental Charge, by us picking up any void breaches or stasis shards or anything else from what our allies are dumping down on the ground, orbs of power, it'll give us a chance to give us an armor charge. Okay, and our cloak, we are using distribution, we are using powerful attraction, and we are using proximity ward. So our distribution, of course, we still want to reduce the amount of time that all of our abilities, we regain all of our abilities. So we want to maximize that time frame. We have the powerful attraction. So if we're using all of our abilities and we're close by any orbs of power, it'll automatically roll to us that we can pick up the orb of power. Okay, as well as our proximity ward. If we're doing a finisher or we're performing a finisher, we gain a little bit of an extra overshield. All right, so now for the weapons that we're going to use with this build, and I like using the Graviton Lance, which pairs very well with the Graviton Forfeit. I always get those two names mixed up: potato, tomato, tomato, you know, same thing. Yeah, just playing. Okay, so Graviton Lance, which also got a huge damage buff boost this season, and it's going to carry well into the next season. We're utilizing a cosmology trait, which is best with this whole entire build, as well as black hole intrinsic traits. So every 2 shots that you're shooting, you're going to have a damage boost as well too for the second shot every time you shoot. And the cosmology is just basically any little projectiles that you shoot. It'll go ahead and seek out the next the next red bar. So long as it shoots them, it'll just create a nice effect and just keep adding to the next ad. The next weapon we're using is going to be the corrective measure machine gun, but you can use any heavy machine. I'm just using this one that has a thresh that helps me get any super energy, as well as demolitionist, which helps me get my grenade. But you can choose to use any one. So if you want to use linear fusion, grenade launcher, sword, so long as it's void, 2 void slots here, you cannot go wrong. It'll help you synergize your whole entire build and your mods. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and see all of this in action. I like to go ahead and use my vortex grenade first, get volatile rounds, and then I'll start shooting away, so that way I can explode everything in the area. I don't want to be able to have nobody still living. Pick up that void and pick up that orb of power on the ground. So I'll extend my devour or extend all of my overshields as much as I can. Let's keep going here. Oh, those guys, that guy escaped from me. And boom, shoot you, shoot you. See, I have a nice little grocery list on the left-hand side. So long as I keep killing, boom, I'll extend the duration of my Devour and my overshields, depending on what it is that I'm doing. See the eye in the sky, he's shooting me and I'm taking less damage, thanks to all of my overshields. Let's keep killing this guy here, boom. My Devour, I think the Devour is set for a 15 seconds cap. I'm not sure if you can go anything higher than that, but I do know every time you kill, you'll reset the timer and you go right back to 15. Alright, let's see if we see any other ads, and let's dive on the ground. We exploded those guys, we killed those guys. And we can go invisible and gain a little bit more traction so that our abilities can come back up a little bit faster. Let's go ahead and kill that guy. Let's not waste much time. Hey, let's throw my vortex grenade. Weaken her a little bit. Boom. Get all these guys dead real quick. Pick up that void breach. The diamond in the sky that we had to shoot is gone. Let's jump here a little bit. Jump here. Shoot these guys. Have more seekers jump around where we don't really have to shoot much. You just have the seekers do the job for you in some cases. And of course, if you have volatile rounds procced, it'll just demolish everything in the area. Where are the other ads? Let me just kill this guy here real quick. Have all the other ads pop up. Shoot those guys. Have our Graviton Lance work for us. Okay, where's she at? Let me just go in and out real quick of my invisibility. Shoot her. Boom, she's done. Let's keep going now to the next section, our last section at least. Let's get a little bit of volatile rounds involved. Let's shoot these guys from afar. And have everybody blow up there. Jump across real quick, pick up that void breach before it disappears on us. So we get some more extra overshield. Oh, the witch came out. Shoot these guys up. Alright, let's just throw our vortex grenade, help us while we reload, and kills her. See, I'm standing in her little dark cloud and it's taking a little bit of our health. Let's keep going, and let's just move to this area real quick just before we bring the boss out. Alright. Let's throw our super down. Get that done. Shoot everybody up here. Shoot that guy. Boom. Everybody's down here, okay. Let's shoot these guys up, throw my vortex grenades, volatile rounds everywhere. And alright, and that's it for the build, guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for viewing the video. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down in the comment down below. And that brings us to a close. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. You guys have a good one. Peace.